Okay, so second question I'm just going to ask.
Oh, yeah.
What parts, if any, are dangerous?
The wires, the live wires, obviously. The people in here don't appear dangerous per se, but they are all adults, and they are all looking quite official and doing something quite serious. There appear to be 10 of them moving through the room, collecting things, piling them up. You can, aside from that, nothing really seems dangerous per se. It's not like there's anything that looks toxic or anything like that.
Could Trish have a look at the people, specifically looking for people who aren't scientists or people who work here? She's looking for police or what looks like people who could be in here investigating this, as like who don't work here. Like if something's happened and people like the police that we saw have come in. She's looking basically for uniforms.
Can't we just ask what they're doing? Because we haven't even tried to work out what they're doing yet, have we?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the kind of the most low-hanging fruit, as in what are they actually here for?
We could actually follow through with the interview we intended to have.
Yes, you're good at this. Could you ask them official-sounding questions?
Me? Wait, I mean,
I'm not there.
You're very official-sounding.
Oh, on the... I don't know who you're talking to. Sorry.
To Trish.
To me.
You're the only one.
Oh,
you're the only one there.
Yeah. I mean, I could try. Can I just very quickly check if there are any uniform, like what look like police?
You don't see anything that looks like uniform, but most of them they are all wearing hazmat suit kind of things.
Okay. Right. Well, those suits don't look good, but okay. Why don't we just we're here. We might as well just ask, eh? Okay.
I suppose. I'm worried I wouldn't be taken very seriously.
Well,
Okay,
you're very serious, Peter.
I'll bring up the rear.
Can we see through our feet at them? As in, we're too much higher, so we can't speak to them. But
yeah, you can see them down there.
Okay. The second they start stepping out, I throw something at one of their heads, as in for God's sake.
Oh my god!
There is a metal grating between you two. That kind of stops you being able to throw something directly at them.
Okay. So it's not like
guys, you stay where you are. We're going to go and see if we can ask a question. Worst case scenario, we get marched out, but then you're still here, okay?
Yes, but how do they think that you got through the doors? And they're all in hazmat suits. There's no way you're supposed to be there.
Because your mom met us and brought us through here, and then she had an emergency and got called off.
Trish, have you ever lied before in your life?
No.
Okay, that's the end of the scene, man. On the
back to Tarquin.
Yeah, that's definitely. I want to see whatever happens. This is good.
Back to Tarquin, and the security guard enters the room again.
It's what Tarquin said. We're going to have to do something. We're going to get kicked out anyway. So.
Where are your friends?
Oh, I think one of them needed to go to the bathroom. But then Mrs. Smythe? Kennedy, that's it. Mrs. Kennedy came and grabbed them.
Mrs. Kennedy was here?
Yeah. Like 5 minutes ago? I was staying here to make sure that the message was passed on.
He's got like a walkie-talkie in his hand, and he kind of flips it between his hands. Then, just wait here. Just wait here.
This is a keen security guard.
And he strides away. You can tell that he's suddenly in a rush as he starts to walk away. Parker Dot. Sorry.
I'd like to turn my radio on and go. Guys, you got maybe 10 minutes, and then turn it off again.
Okay, right. We've just got to do something, or we're going to get nothing at all.
Maybe we could distract them whilst the others sneak around.
Yeah, okay, we got lost. We went to the toilet, we got lost. We're going in! That's the thing away. Okay.
Is this the toilet as your opening gambit?
Yeah.
I'll just try and interview them anyway.
So, what does Trish do?
So I think we're pushing through this plastic sheet and basically walking into this room.
Okay.
Not
And
wearing
meanwhile,
hazmat.
Dot and Parker facepalm, then immediately stop running around upstairs, I guess, to have a nose.
Yeah, we're like backtracking to other areas to figure out what we can figure
Okay.
out while they're doing them.
So
Yeah.
Trish and Peter, when you're in here, for a few seconds nobody really notices something, and then you just see one of the hazmat suits kind of look up, and then their entire body turns into your direction.
Because so Trish is quite. Sorry, what? I can't hear you on account of the mask.
They point to the door behind you.
What? So I
It's
just
a
can't hear
room,
anything.
That's where we've been in.
And another one looks up at what's going on and starts walking towards you two.
And we're here to interview some people, and then we were going to go to the toilet, and I think we've got entirely lost. So I'm terribly sorry. But if we could ask you a few questions while we're here, my colleague and I.
At this point, the one trying to approach you goes to grab Trish by
I get
the
out an
elbow
notepad.
in that classic sort of pull the small person in a direction kind of thing. Do you try and fight this adult?
Amazing.
I'm not going to try and fight them, but I am going to say, my first question is, did you happen to know a man called Alistair Smythe at all? Worked here up until quite recently.
As you are asking that, this person, you can see a man underneath the hazmat suit, and he isn't looking at you. He's just trying to pull you towards the plastic sheeting.
I could report you, sir. I am going to report you.
Is he ignoring Peter?
Yeah, what's Peter do?
They shoot Peter. It's like, no!
I'm gonna
Peter,
use
you
the
can see
distraction
that
to
another-
try and sort of, like, wander naively towards the back of the room.
The first person to look up starts walking towards you, Peter.
I kind of hasten a little bit so that I'm a little bit ahead of him. I'm not quite running, but you know, you'd have to run to catch up.
Okay, can I
You're being pursued by the marshmallow man.
can I have a move test?
Oh yeah, you can.
Run, Peter,
Pause.
run!
Speed walk, Peter, speed walk.
All 2 of my dice.
I'm distracted a bit. Can I give him an extra die just by the fact that I'm like...
No, it doesn't want. There'll be
Damn.
lead, but
No successes, but I'm gonna push it.
Oh, really? On dice?
Push it real good.
Oh yeah.
what are you
Go on.
pushing to get this done? What are you?
Oh, do I have to choose a condition? Sorry, I
Yes.
thought I could just push generically and
You can't just keep rolling. I didn't like that roll. I'll just roll again.
yeah. Scared.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Probably am.
Yeah.
Check out this.
Yay!
No way! Peter
I'm
falls
scared.
over his own staff.
You are bodily lifted off the floor by this adult who basically puts you over a shoulder and starts to walk back towards the plastic sheeting.
Put me down! Put me down!
That's fine. I'm guessing it's not safe here, and you're taking us to safety where we can talk in safety. I understand that.
Yeah, Trish, you're guided through the plastic sheeting. You're kind of pulled through it. At which point, the person pulls off the headpiece to their suit, and now you can see with it off, he's wearing a suit with a blue and gold striped tie, and he just looks at you. He has grey streaked through his otherwise dark hair. He's a white guy, and he says, "Who are you, and what on earth are you doing here?"
Well, I'm actually the daughter of Alistair Smythe, but that's kind of coincidental because I'm here with my colleague Peter, that one over your friend's shoulder there, and
Put
we
me
came
down!
we came from the paper The Beacon to do a story on the new robots because we heard they came from this factory. But
Okay, first of all, I've never heard of the Beacon. Second of all, how did you get in here?
well, because
Oh.
we're here with the paper.
How did you get in here, this room? Who are you here
Oh.
with?
with Peter.
At this point, Peter, you're put down by the other guy.
I'm a work experience. I'm gonna tell.
Who sponsored your work experience?
The paper.
Well, our paper sponsors the work experience. They pay for our time that we give to the paper. Should we assume we're going to keep talking for a while? Do you want to see what anyone else is doing?
Yeah. So what are Dot and Parker doing?
Despairing.
Are you just up there? Are you?
No. The minute that they started doing their thing, we were like, okay, we need to cover as much ground as possible.
Okay. So what do you?
Without getting caught.
What is your intent? What is your plan?
So is the layout of this area just it only goes through that plastic sheeting and then into
grid.
that grid?
There is basically there is a balcony running around the edges of the room that you are on currently. You can see another one above you. You can see cranes as in the ceiling.
That's not how we're getting on.
No. I'm just saying that there appears to be like a grid system that one can move cranes along in the ceiling. Like dangly hook things.
But in terms of like the rest of the floor,
yeah,
there has to be another set of stairs that goes further up. And
the stairs you went up before.
Yeah,
those continue up to a
Okay.
third floor. A third floor.
but in terms of like space, the only thing on this floor is this room.
Yes. Behind you, back through the set of doors, which you came through, there are all the office rooms. But in the large room that you have entered, there is just the balcony around the edges.
Are there
Okay,
people on both floors?
There are only people on the ground floor.
That's what I was hoping. I was trying to hint to you guys that you
Yeah,
should
that's why.
use the distraction as a.
Yeah,
No,
we're
that's-
suffering.
Okay,
This
go
balcony goes round the edges of the large room, or back into the area with all the offices in it. The balcony on the far edge, you can see, has been warped slightly, as though something is crushed together. The balcony itself and the railing.
I said, Parker, you go around that way. I go around this way. We meet at the far side. See what we can see. Go. Amisha, I'm like full-on CND warrior here.
Okay.
Clomp, clomp, clomp.
On a metal railing balcony, it's like clang, 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 clang.
I was like, yeah. I think maybe I was wearing my Converses today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it's going to be sneaking, it's Converses.
Yeah, I'm like, Dot!
Oh, okay. Yeah, are you trying to sneak? If so, I would love a sneak roll.
I guess we have to sneak
Leather.
around.
I think we're gonna have to. I'm really not good at that. But let's
My
find
my sneak is 4.
out. Mine
Oh,
too.
Does my trench coat, because it's a big baggy trench coat?
So you two, as a pair, can sneak. I would like one of you to roll, and the other one can give an assist of 1 dice.
Kieran, you roll.
I've got 4 dice. I've got
Me
extra.
too.
Do I get an extra dice on my trench coat because it hides me?
Nah, man. For stealing stuff, sure. Not for being
No, just-
quiet.
I just.
Leather.
You've played FIFA Dark Project. Thieves wear.
Yeah.
No, we're in a
It's a
brightly
dark
lit
trench
white
coat.
office.
They're
Yeah,
up
we
in the top
stand
floor.
out.
and you
If
said
you
there
can
was
explain
only
to
one
me how it helps you be quiet.
He's fucking Batman.
It's also no, I'm Batman. The answer might have. I was expecting the answer maybe be no in this case, but it's less being quiet, more being like unobserved. Because people might notice us as well. I was thinking.
Okay. I'm going to give you it just because you really want it.
I am, as Parker says, Batman.
That's fine. You put up the cloak just to your face, and you.
I'm gonna blow my luck on that. I got 1 success. We need to get 2 if we're gonna get Parker. And 1 success, so I'm okay.
Well, is that not? That's
Oh, no,
you're
no.
rolling for both of you then.
That's
isn't it?
That's a
You
combined
were
roll.
rolling for both of you, so you don't need
right.
2 successes. That was just a success. You
Can
managed
I have
to.
my luck back?
Yes, you can have your luck back. You managed to make your way over to the other side. At which point, if you're looking for anything here, what I want is an investigation roll to have a sneaky peek around the area.
What's your investigate like, Parker?
3.
4. So
Okay.
I guess I do.
You are Batman.
You can do it with an extra +1 for Parker helping you out, looking at things.
I'm kind of a good all-rounder. 2 6s.
Okay, you have 4 questions.
As in, is there anything specifically I noticed on the way round?
As you get closer to the other side of the room, you do notice imprints in the floor, in the floor on the ground itself. These
How big are they? Like
they're about 1 meter wide.
Oh.
They are perfectly circular. There are a number of them in the floor. The floor is appears to be mostly made of sort of tarmac, and you can see that they have made these quite shallow indentations, and
So
there's quite a
just
few of them.
Clarify. Does it look like something heavy has rested there, or does it look like something like the equivalent of footprints in snow, like people footprints, but big people?
There are a great many of them, and they are overlaying each other. So there might be one, and then another one that is partly on top of the first one. So
Okay.
even
So
if
it's
something,
not a thing at rest, like
Yeah.
it's not a heavy item at rest. It's one or more things moving.
you are welcome to make whatever assumptions you would like.
Yeah.
It could just
I
be,
have made my assumption.
it could just be modern art, Parker. But let's just not assume these things.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
So textured.
What are you trying to say?
I just had a thought. Wouldn't, because me and Trish caused a distraction, wouldn't we have given them extra dice on the sneak roll?
Quite possibly, yes.
Oh yeah.
We made it though. It's fine.
You're
Yeah.
fine.
It's true, but you could have got
Okay.
more.
Second question. We saw that we're by the thing that got crushed. Then by the walkway. What
Yes.
can we see? Is there anything specifically we can see from there? What can we tell about the walkway?
The walkway is made of quite thick steel, actually. Whatever crushed it did so with quite an amount of force, and it looks. The area that has been crushed appears to be about a meter and a half wide. You can't actually get past this part of the walkway because it's all jagged and the walkway underneath you is basically destroyed.
You have like as in a film, you hear a memory of dialogue of Trish saying that her dad died somewhere from an accident in the lab.
That was ages ago, wasn't it? Though, because I mean, we would know this.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
was quite a
sure,
while
but
back.
Being your friend.
yeah.
I suppose you could probably ask sort of like, how fresh is this?
Parker, you got
Well,
anything?
I mean, the fact that the door is like still crunched and there's still a hole in
That's
the
true. It's quite new,
Unless-
isn't it? Yeah.
Unless it is modern art. Then we,
So
Two more
can we
questions.
see?
there's the metal grate, and are the office windows like overlooking the grate, or?
I'm sorry, I'm just directing Parker's blowing all questions here. So it's like,
Sorry, I'm not going to consider this one one of the questions because it's just a description of the room.
Yeah,
What-
I'm just
what do you
trying to
asking?
like.
yeah.
like
Visualize it.
careful.
So
Yeah.
the off, basically, you know how I described the ground floor as being a corridor with office rooms coming off it, ending in
Yeah.
a large room. The second floor is exactly the same, except when it goes into the large room at the back, is coming into the second floor of that room.
So I'm picturing like office windows.
Yes, there are office windows that do overlook this large room. There don't appear to be anybody in those rooms currently. The lights appear to be off in those rooms.
Do we recognise any of the? Could I memorise any of the equipment the people are using to whatever they're doing in the room?
Yes. One of the people is going around with a Geiger counter.
Right.
Bode well.
Another
They all
one.
have- Well,
Another person is putting a like a metal device on something and then something on the floor. You can see that a thing in their hand occasionally lights up when they do this, especially when they do it near electrical items. What kind of devices are you expecting in this room?
I'm not really sure. Basically, I'm looking for stuff I can look up after. Like it's always brand names I'm looking for as well. In that kind of, I'm looking for things I could further research.
The computers all have an Intel logo on them.
It was Intel all along.
Intel, exactly what we need.
Well, I mean, just thinking back to that sort of era, everybody had kind of the same. You know, there were brand identities on all the PCs.
BBC mostly.
And
Spectrum.
yeah. You can't see very many brand names, no. Or at least from where you are, all the equipment they're using doesn't seem to have a specific brand that you can see from where you are.
I mean, out of character for a brief moment, what I would personally want to know, Kieran, let me know if you think this is silly, is, you know the chips that are running around in people's necks? Evidence of those, or what makes those, or chips.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
One of the servers, looking out over all the equipment and the electronics and so forth, one of the servers that has been set up and has been sort of pushed against the side of the room, you can see from where you are. At first you don't quite recognize it, but it looks exactly like a chip. Much bigger, because it's a computer server.
Done.
Yeah, I see it, Parker.
Okay.
Right. You know, I've got a plan.
Okay.
Irrelevant right now.
Okay.
We'll go back to this, don't worry.
Okay.
But shall we go and hide in the office?
Yes.
Sorry, Peter, I think your audio's buzzing again.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I think
cool.
that happens when I go quiet for a while. I'll mute.
Cool.
I'm just pretending it's the power surges in the lab.
And there's a lot of electricity in this lab.
Yeah.
Which now viewers can experience for themselves.
It is weird.
I'm not sure it's him.
No, it might be someone else.
Me? Let me just turn this off.
Well, someone's done something that stopped it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, it might be you, Kieran.
Oh, no, there it is. Oh, yeah, that was Kieran back.
Weird.
Yeah, it's Kieran. Okay, so yeah, what are you
No,
doing?
it's not Kieran. What the hell?
This has become the new mystery to solve.
Who cannot hear buzzing?
I can hear buzzing.
Yeah, I think we can all hear it.
Okay, then I give up.
Maybe it's
Coming
a
from the
ghost.
chips in our neck.
It's a ghost. Definitely a ghost.
Okay. So
We'll try and ignore it.
Dot and Parker, what were you saying?
So we wanted to hide in the offices, I think. So
Okay.
either do any of the office windows open so that we don't need to go back around and in.
Yeah. It's probably best someone else do something now, I guess.
Like Tarquin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Tarquin.
Back to Tarquin.
I'm cool.
I
gonna
know she
shoot.
knows that.
The security guard appears again in the small room that Tarquin is in. You, with me now.
Right.
Oh, yeah? What for?
I'm escorting you out. Come on, let's go.
Al, what about my friends?
They are... your two friends are being talked to right now. You weren't meant to go further into this building.
Oh, I didn't.
You're leaving right now. Come on,
Nailed
come with
it.
me.
Tarquin, you're amazing.
Well, no, I mean, hang on. There's surely, like, I said one of them, or I thought it was one, went to the bathroom, right? And then
I've just checked the bathroom. There's nobody in there. This isn't a game, small child.
Steady.
Like, you can see that he doesn't know how to interact with kids. He's like,
Okay, I would like to try and charm him, but I'm not sure if this is how this works. I have written on my character sheet an NPC who works for a security firm.
Ah!
you do.
I did not specify on my character sheet which security firm he works for, or whether he even works for a security firm that might be involved with the loot.
Still, that seems like too big a
That's
coincidence.
pretty perfect.
Where?
Is that
Oh, Chase
that-
Abbott, Australian
not
captain.
that that's the dude,
Okay.
but he might know him?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's
Can
go.
I get a plus to my no charm?
If you include commentary, like if you include this person in it, then I will allow you a +2 to your charm. Well, actually, no. You do what you think you need to do, and I will tell you how much you get added to your charm.
Okay. I am going to say. So to give background, there's an Australian captain of a security firm's cricket team, whose name is Chase Abbott, and Tarquin knows him because cricket. But that's pretty much all Tarquin would know about him, and he doesn't. I imagine, and he doesn't talk about his work. I have specifically written in mysterious security firm. And this seems like a mysterious security firm. So I am going to say to this guard, well, look, to say, actually, I'm just going to say, look, do you know Chase? To him.
He blinks, basically. He blinks in your direction. You don't know... What?
Chase, Chase Abbott. I play cricket with him all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I know Chase.
Oh. Yeah, well, he was one of the people who suggested we come in here.
Okay.
He said it'd make a good story.
Did he now? Did he tell your friends to go rummaging through places they shouldn't be?
Well, I don't think anyone told him to do that. I certainly didn't. But hey, we still
Okay.
want stories for the paper.
Look, I've been given my orders to walk you out of here, and then when your friends get done with what they're doing, walk them out as well.
All right, okay. And Tarquin's going to relent, I think. Go, all right. Well, that's fine then. I mean, but you don't mind me. You don't mind me like hanging around.
Look, okay,
'cause I want
okay.
to make friends. I mean, if you've got to leave me, if you've got to leave me where you've got to, I don't want to get in the way of you doing your job. But I mean, I've got to wait for my friends, right?
Give me a charm roll, and you can have 2.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm specifically trying to get is to him to be, not to leave me where I am, but to be basically soft on me, still hanging around, so that if I fuck up something else in the future, like trying to sneak back into the facility, then I might be able to get him a little bit softer on that.
All basically went to the toilet though, as in is by the toilet.
So it's mind, isn't it?
Charm is heart.
Oh, heart.
Attention.
No successes.
Oh my god.
All of that, no successes.
Would you like to do anything to adjust that?
Push it.
Push it real good.
Yeah, I'm going to push it for, let's say, what are the conditions again?
They are scared. Scared, injured. I don't have them in front of me. Someone help me.
Upset, scared,
Oh,
exhausted.
sorry.
Yeah, upset,
I'm
scared,
broken.
exhausted, and injured.
Oh, I'm gonna push it for injured. I think that if I fail this, then the guard is gonna shove me out of the
Okay.
out.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Okay,
no,
success.
if you push it, then you do.
Then I take it.
You take.
Oh
the
right,
thing.
okay. Okay, well, 2 successes, and I will take let's say exhausted.
Maybe.
Let's say I've been
Yeah, that would work.
arguing with this guy as he's been shoving me towards the.
Sure. Okay.
Towards the. So I'll take exhausted.
Okay. So yeah, he. So if you have succeeded so much on charm, you also get some extras. So would you like to form some sort of lasting relationship, or or that they will persuade others to believe you about something, or you get them frightened, confused, or impressed? I'm guessing you don't want them to be infatuated with you.
No. I will go for a lasting connection because I think I want to basically soften the blow of when everyone gets caught and turfed out.
Sure. Okay.
Which I expect to be happening imminently.
Okay. This guy will recognize you in future and will base things off that. As he basically he doesn't shove you per se, but he does kind of hurry you out. And back towards the entrance that you came from. As you get to the barrier, he says, "You can wait here with Jeff here. He'll be able to watch over you. I'll go get your friends, and then you can leave." How does that sound?
That sounds fine. I know you're only doing your job, and I'm gonna stand there.
Okay.
I'd like to turn to Jeff and say, "Hey, Jeff, do you like cricket?"
I do actually. Yeah. Did you see that furious display last night?
No, you can talk about how we're going to beat England next year.
Okay.
Beat Australia next year, or how the West Indies don't stand a chance, or all sorts of things.
There you go. Trish and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening to us right now?
Yeah, presumably we're out of that main room by now.
Yeah, these two people have ushered you back into the hallway. You can see from where you are, Tarquin, out of the doors on the far end of this corridor, being walked away.
Okay. All right, look, fair enough. Look, we shouldn't have gone in the room. I get that. We're just very keen investigators, and we've been working for the paper, and we're just a bit overexcited. I'm very sorry that we overstepped the line.
Can we ask you some questions?
Listen,
like
kids,
what hamsters you have at home?
shut up.
Oh, well that's not a very nice.
So
way
you
to
don't
talk
have
to
any
an-
hamsters at home?
Now it's time that you left.
Okay, can I just get you to if you could just peer down here and check on my my notepad. I sound like Peter. If you could just check that I've spelt the names Karina Young and Alistair Smythe correctly, and but she's not going to hold the notepad up. She's basically wanting to get a look at the back of his neck.
Okay, what I want from you is an empathize check.
You can try.
From both of us, or just
from Trish specifically.
Do I get one for Peter though?
No, I'm going to say no.
Okay. No. I may also push it. She's getting a little bit rattled. I think she might be a bit more scared if this.
Okay.
She was just getting a bit more like, I'm really out of my comfort here. Damn it! No.
Okay, so I am going to say that you don't see any chip.
Okay.
But aside from that,
And he doesn't seem to react to the names that she's saying.
that's what empathize was going to give you.
Ah, damn it. Curses. Well, in that case, can I not use my my whichever it is, my drive, my
Pride?
pride? That's the one. Because that she specifically can see
To
through
get an automatic
adults.
success. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So, give me 2 questions.
Oh God, 2 questions. How did Alistair Smythe die?
No, it's not like that. It's like,
Oh.
tell me the
Ask
secrets.
me, sorry. Okay, yeah. Tell me everything. Okay.
It's like, how do they feel? Do they react to something I said? Are they lying?
I see. And yeah, so which does he react to the names? Well, presumably he does. That's why I'm doing the roll. Does he react more to the name Karina Young or Alistair Smythe?
When Karina Young's name is mentioned, you can see that his lips purse slightly. They push together slightly, and he looks a little bit angry. When you say Alistair Young, you can see that he has a very different reaction to that, and his eyes just kind of glance past you at the wall for a split second, and he furrows his brow, but then he looks back at you.
Okay. I asked because I'm Alistair's daughter, as I might have said to you. I'm trying to think of another question.
How?
If you leave a hanging silence, then Peter's going to say something inane like, "And what's your favourite colour?"
Oh God!
Not one of the questions.
If you don't have another question, we can move on, and that's fine.
How about?
Yeah, I really don't know.
I've got a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Is he trying to get you out of the room because there's something secret there, or is he
Oh
genuinely
yes, or protect us.
from
Yeah.
danger?
Yeah, good fun.
That's an either or.
He seems more frustrated at your presence than anything. The fact that you are, he didn't seem to be hiding, like getting in the way of you. If you were looking around the room before or anything like that, he doesn't appear to be hiding anything.
Where he took off his hazmat suit, because obviously I can see he's wearing a blue suit with this blue and gold tie.
He's wearing a dark suit, a blue tie.
Yeah. Can I see a name badge?
Yes. Let me make up a name.
Trevor Suitman.
Yeah.
His name is. You can see the name badge says Alan McGruber.
Okay. Well, again, Mr. McGruber, I'm very sorry that my colleague and I overstepped our boundaries. It looks like you're very busy here, and I think I see our other friend Tarquin there, which means I suppose, do we need to cut our visit short, or is there anywhere else we could go that's a bit safer?
Oh, hold on. I'm not satisfied with this.
I don't care.
Tell me
whether
why
you're
not, Peter.
satisfied.
I'm using my pride coming out of my shell.
Yay.
I'm self-actualizing the hell out of this.
What are you trying to do?
We have been sent by the Beacon to conduct an interview, and there was an appointment, and if we have to go back and tell them that you chucked us out, then a proper reporter will turn up.
And you bruised my arm.
And we're just children. We're just work experience. All we wanted to do was ask if you had a hamster.
Yeah, and we like robots because they're cool.
Yeah.
Behind Alan McGruber's eyes, there are images of kids on Newsround going through his head. Okay, we will have an interview.
Yay!
Let's go and have a sit down.
Can our friend Tarquin come too? Because he was waiting for us to get back from the bathroom.
Sure. Okay.
It's for extra credit on our exams.
Okay. Then, if you'll follow me, and he starts walking down the corridor. At the end of the corridor, there is the room opposite the waiting room you're in before. He goes into there, and it appears to be a boardroom with a long desk at it. And he
Can I sort of like just hang back a little bit, and as he goes in the room and Trish enters, just sort of quickly radio Tarquin and Harker and let them know.
Yeah, I was
what
going to press the
happens
button.
is he has a quick chat with the other fellow who got you out of the room, and you hear him start to say, "Can you go and get the kid over there?" There appears to be another one of their friends. During this time, you can certainly be on the radio.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to kind of surreptitiously let Parker and Dot know what's happened, and just say, "Pretend you're in the toilet."
What are the? Yeah.
We don't exist.
Yeah, they don't exist right now.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, they only know there's
maybe
three of
they
us.
point that out in
I'm Batman.
I'm Robin.
It's just the three of us.
Okay, so Trish and Peter, you managed to sit this person down. Tarquin, you are brought back into the room. A man wearing mostly a hazmat suit, but with the hat off, and you can see he has a suit underneath, beckons you and says, "Your friends want to interview someone. They said to get you."
Oh, great. God, I'm glad they found the person they're supposed to interview.
He looks very confused by the whole situation.
Tarquin's going to be playing the dumb, which is pretty easy.
Guides you into the same boardroom as everybody else is in. Peter, Trish, and Tarquin. Are there any particular questions you want to get across?
Yeah, basically I think they're going to be talking about the fact that, well, we believe that this is the home of this recent trend of these amazing new robot toys that have swept the nation, and children are excited about them, and we've heard that, you know, they're so in high demand. What's that like working here?
Toys? We don't make any toys here. I'm not sure where you got that information from.
Well, I believe that Karina Young was researching robotics right here, and that has now turned
Karina
into
Young
some
has
really
not been an employee here for 5 years now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Our informant must have been a bit confused.
So, is your favourite robots the Autobots or the Decepticons?
Please be a Transformers fan. Please be a Transformers fan.
My daughter is a big fan of the Autobots, I think.
Oh,
Well,
that's
they
a
are the good
choice.
guys.
Absolutely. Have you seen any of the new toys? Do you want one? Are you going to buy one for your daughter?
What toys are you talking about?
Well, they're a craze right now. Everyone's going crazy for them.
Okay.
I'm amazed that you don't know. We thought they
I'll
made
get
them.
some for my daughter, I'm sure. When she usually informs me if there's new toys coming out that she wants, and
Make sure you get her an Autobot. The Decepticons are evil.
That's so funny that we thought you made robots here. So what do you make
we
here?
do research on robotics. We don't make toys.
I love
you don't think-
robots.
Yeah. Peter knows everything about robots.
I work on the robots on my dad's farm.
Of course you do.
Wait, it's not a farm. It's more of a.
So what we work on here is more advanced robotics, high technology, hydraulics, advanced electronics, that kind of thing.
Do you work on autonomous artificial intelligence?
He pauses for a second. I think, no, nothing like that.
Perhaps do you create robots that can be commanded via radio, so from like a distance away, but they can respond to a command?
Can you two? Because you're trying to. Can you two give me an empathize check on this whole thing? One of you can roll, the other can get +1. If Tarquin is asking any questions, you can get involved as well.
I'm 5 on empathize.
No, Tarquin is not asking the questions. He's ready to try and break the tension and they screw this up.
Is empathize mind or it's mind, isn't
It's
it?
mind.
So I'm 6.
Okay, you've got the better roll. I'll give you an extra die. Yeah.
Okay. We're buying lots of time for the others. Not 1 6 out of 7 dice.
Have you got a condition?
Yeah, I'm a bit scared at the moment.
Oh, right. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I could go for being.
You could go for a luck.
She might, to be honest, she might be getting a bit upset because she's basically, as far as she knows, her dad died here and no one seems to be responding to his name.
Den of wolves, as it were.
Yeah. So she can get a bit.
Do you get a bit teary-eyed? Dab?
Yeah. So she's got 6 dice now. Okay. Please. I just want to know about the robot.
Go on.
Yes. Tell me about the robot.
What do you? Do you actually get upset? Do you start being upset at him?
Do it.
Yeah, why not? It's like, it's been such a busy week at school, and I miss my dad.
Your father, from what I remember, your father was a very talented man. I'm very sorry.
You knew my dad.
Not well, I have to be honest, but he did work here, and as head of research, I was acquainted with everybody who was here. I'm sorry,
So-
is there...
What were you researching in the room that we accidentally went in?
So, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to let you both know that at any time during this, you can ask me 2 questions. You can ask me questions about stuff that I've already said, or stuff that happens going forward.
Okay, and
anything you wanna
those
know?
aren't interview questions, they're like questions
To you, not to him.
Yeah, just say, like, question 1, whatever.
Well, should we jump to the others, because we're taking up a lot of time here, and then that will give us a time to form questions for when we jump back, maybe?
Okay, Dot and Parker, the lights in the large room go out. You can see that there is still light coming in from the large hole in the wall, but aside from that, it looks like maybe people are clearing up what's gone on in here.
Creep into the office and see what's in there.
Okay. You successfully you successfully go back through the set of double doors and enter the office rooms. The first one that you look into appears to be someone's individual office. It's got a desk with a computer, and on the walls there's various charts of what are they called? I'm failing at words today. There is a project that they are working on. You can see various things on a whiteboard which suggests that at some point they will get to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, all this kind of thing. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. There's a filing cabinet and a great many bits of paper on the desk.
So I thought there was one actually overlooking the room.
There is. This is the one that is overlooking the room.
Oh, okay, cool. I get it.
There's a big window to the side. You can see directly into the room from there.
Right. Can we see the project?
Can you see what the project is?
Yeah.
Can you give me an investigate check?
I could. I'm 4. What's yours, Parker?
We can't hear you.
Weird, you should be able to.
No, we can't.
You're back.
Okay.
What's your investigate? Oh, I'll roll again.
Let's see.
No idea. It's definitely.
We're only kids.
I get distracted thinking about Joy Division. You know, it's
Oh, the acoustics in this room would make for such a good concert.
this reminds me of the dead dull production of Martin Hammett's drums. No.
Okay, so you do see that there are 2 project names, Int A and Int B, but you don't know anything about them.
Int A, Int B.
Everything that is described is in too much detail and uses words that go straight over your head. You can see that there was a project that was in progress, but you can't tell at what point it was at.
I wish Peter was here, which is something I think he'd probably like me saying that.
Yeah.
Have you
If you could hear it, he'd be squeeing.
Yeah.
Peter's ear is itching.
So, I don't understand any of this, but do you think we should blow up that receiver thingy? The thing that looked like the chip? That seems like a thing that should blow up.
I was thinking there's a big hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And there's another hole in the outer wall.
Yeah.
That makes it easier to break in at night with something that could do the job. Because we haven't got any explosives or
That's true.
anything other than a brick. So,
You make a point there.
The room downstairs does appear to have been cleared. Like, there's nobody in it right now.
Shall we go downstairs and try to just destroy some shit?
Yeah,
I grin
totally.
madly. This is so fucking cool. Sorry.
Do you think the others asked about the giant hole in the wall?
I don't think they did. I imagine that kind of detail might have slipped their mind.
I think it might have done.
The giant hole in the exterior wall.
No, there's 2 holes.
What?
There's a hole in the
In
back
the door.
in the warehouse door of the
Oh,
back of the
right.
warehouse we're in.
Okay, so
you
if,
guys were
Anyway.
I wouldn't.
if Dot and Parker are heading downstairs...
I think before we do, I
Okay.
just want to see if I can turn on that computer.
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna go look at that thing that reminds us of the thing.
Yeah, the thing stuff.
Yeah, the stuff in the things.
The thing that
Thing that
looks
looks
like
like
a
a
chip.
thing.
So
I
yeah,
want
you
to see anything that looks like a chip.
you
I'm
turn
gonna go
on
and look at the clue. I'm
you
gonna go
turn
downstairs.
on the computer, and it starts to boot up, and it comes up with username, password.
I open the desk drawer and look for a post-it note.
Give me an investigate roll.
Why?
I'll help you.
Okay. I have one.
Okay.
No.
So
You,
80s.
you get 2 questions actually, in regards to what you're looking for.
What username and password?
Yeah, let's go with that. So, username A.Magruber, password 123456.
Oh.
Head of research is
even
not
I
good on
could do that.
passwords.
Yeah, you know how I found it out? I got like that notepad and then I took a pencil and did like the rubbing.
Yeah. Okay, so the 2 questions I'm going to let you have are: what do you want to know about what's on the computer?
How tidy is his desktop? No, I'm kidding.
It is meticulous. There are
What level of
folders within
Minesweeper is he?
folders, and he has finished Minesweeper in 3 seconds.
Right.
But he always puts it on the custom mode, where you have the minimum amount of
cheats,
mines and the
cheats.
largest area.
I kind of pull up a search menu and I'm like, Transformers?
There are... you find a number of pages on electrical transformers.
This is literally. I've been suspicious the entire thing is the generator's actually a transformer and the whole thing's based around a pun. I've had this all suspicion for 2 sessions now.
Okay.
This controls the humans. See if like message to control or like human or parent zombies or something like that.
Okay, Oz, I just want to point out that this book literally says, what is hidden here and where is it? And that's a legitimate question I can ask.
Okay. Among a number of folders that seem to be otherwise innocuous, you're clicking through a number of them. You see the phrases int A and int B. You open these 2 folders and you see diagrams and write-ups as to a new kind of robot. It describes it as an autonomous, self-sustaining device used for a number of different purposes, which can learn. It also describes it as distributed.
Mr. Magruber was lying to us. Oh,
Cool. That was actually one of the questions I wanted to ask about him. Was, are you lying?
The device is described as being more able to do additional tasks the more of them that there are, due to a distributed intelligence. And in attempting to program different personalities for this intelligence, they have created 2 separate entities. One is called Intelligence A, one is called Intelligence B.
which is the Decepticons?
Dot. I think I found the robots.
In the film version of this, we're asking our questions and he's denying them as
As you're looking
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the thing.
definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. Intelligence A is described as aggressive and demanding. And there is a diagram of the robot that it is described as being inside. It is a large sphere with 2 cylindrical legs and 2 arms which have sort of grasping ends, like 3-fingered claws.
Like the cover of an Asimov novel.
My drawing of it looks like that.
Mine's a bit different, but not that different.
Yeah.
The other one is described as moving between being passive and defensive, and it has there is a diagram of a very similar robot, but it appears to be drawn as next to the other one and about half the size.
Oh.
No.
So how does it say anything about how to turn them off?
No.
Damn.
Parker, one thing we know is all the Decepticons disappeared overnight on the way here. So this big guy burst out through that wall and headed off somewhere.
Yep.
So little guy may still be here or elsewhere, or big guy, we could probably try to track him.
Does it look like big guys, big or small enough to, like, based on the imprints we saw in the big hall, does it look like he'd fit on a truck, or did he, like, walk out?
It looked like he would have walked.
Oh, we can definitely track
He
him.
is about, from the diagrams, he looks like he is about 7 meters wide. And it does describe a way to stop it or turn it off, which is that it would have stopped after 24 hours of movement, and that it does not have a standard electrical outlet.
How long has it been since the toy shop launch?
A couple of days.
Is it being very literal? As in, if it sat still, it wouldn't be burning energy. I mean, it's a couple of days of movement. Is it dispatch?
It says a couple of days of activation.
Okay, I was just.
It should deactivate after 24 hours, etc. But with that, I'm gonna push us to a 5-minute break, so that I can get a glass of water. So
I can feed the cat.
Yeah, lemon.
See
Before you guys...
everybody in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.